Hello.
Hello, and welcome.
The wind.
Franklin, go home. Hello, and welcome to the Lucy Show, episode 2 of 4. My name is Lucy Orchard, and I do 4 shows in a row. Then I have a week off, and to help you understand where we are in the scheme of things, I always name the shows. Lucy Show 1 of 4, 2 of 4, 3 of 4, 4 of 4, and then I have a week where people don't know it's off. They watch a rerun and they message in and wonder why they're not having their messages read out loud. Anyone, can they relate? This is my mum, producer Chris.
Hello.
And this week we are under no fire of any cats. The camera will not be shaking from Storm Kitty or from Storm Franklin or Storm Eunice. Hello, tell me where you are, tell me what you're up to, get involved on the chat.
Is it windy?
Is it windy? Is it windy? We have viewers from all around the world watching. So I imagine in America it's quite windy, because I think I just get the impression it's windy.
It's always windy.
It's always windy.
Or snowing or something.
If you're from Australia, I hope it's not windy, and I hope that there's no fires and that the wind is not blowing any fires. There we go. If you're in New Zealand, what happens in New Zealand though?
It's very green, I've been told.
It's lush, isn't it? Yes, and we have had viewers from the past from South Africa and the Netherlands, and not a clue, mate, not a clue. I know where they are. Ish.
On the world map.
On the world map. Yeah, so let's have a look. Who is watching with me? Hey, we've got some love from Noel Orchard.
Love you too.
Hi, Mum. Hi, Ray. Hi, everyone. And hi to Mum's sidekick. Also, welcome to the Christine Show. I have not read that with any mistakes this week. And you'd think, how long have we been doing this? Hi, love. Good day, Loz. Morning. Love the countdown music. Loz loves the countdown music.
Okay.
I love the countdown music as well, Loz.
I just feel it should be wound up a bit at the end. The last 9 seconds.
No, never happened to me that. Nah, you wouldn't tune into your sister's show and go, wonder why they're not getting in touch. Oh, we've only got jet setter extraordinaire David Wall. Hi, Mum.
Happy birthday.
Hi, Mum, and hi, Lucy. I take it that your plane got back safely from Spain and you are now back driving curtainsiders in what can only be described as a hoolie. Let's have a go. So also in Newcastle, New South Wales, in Australia, we have big storms here. Now, is this a fight between you and Cal, or is this the weather? Let us know.
Could be both.
Could be both. Hello, ladies, from Amanda. Hello, my sweet love. I imagine there's trees down near you. In fact, has the wind blown anyone into the bridge recently? That seems to be the best thing that you could blame that on. Let's bring the other chat up. Make sure I'm not missing anybody, because this is how weird it is. Hi, Mum. Hi, Lucy from Lizzie.
Oh, hello, darling. How are you?
From David. Yes, was fun landing in Bristol on Monday. Oh. No. There was a brilliant thing where, I think, is it called Jet TV? Big Jet TV? Big Plane TV? But there's a guy who basically, he has a camera on landing strips on, and he narrates it. Almost like a sports commentary. And for all of his tenure doing this, he's had a few people watching. And all of a sudden, the world found out about it, and this guy, he must be beaming, and I hope that all the fans still carry on watching every time it gets a bit gusty. I mean, I tuned in, and I was hooked. I was hooked. From Loz, bit of both. Storms in and outside the house.
Yeah, I saw a bit of that, and how that plane tried to land twice at Manchester and was diverted to Scotland somewhere. And the people complained. The very fact that the pilot went over and above board to save their lives.
But it's not like it wasn't like the film Sully, was it? You know, you're going to land on the landing strip. It was just going to be a bit bumpy. That's all. Excuse me, I'm out like a drink. I'd like some penis. And could you deal with this wind? I paid £17 on Ryanair for this.
Yes.
I bet they cheered. on the more budget airlines, they
They
like to.
probably
People
didn't.
like to cheer when they land. I don't know whether or not they feel like it's value for money that they got there safely. I mean, it was only 20 quid and I'm not dead. Yay!
But people were being rather ill in the aisles.
Sickness. So moving on to the Lucy update. Let me just find the button. Okay, so yes, it's all been a bit Eunice and Franklin. Even the tail end of a little bit of Dudley, I believe. Did somebody on the poddy chick group told me that it was Storm Dudley? I think it was Sam, and I don't know if it was Dudley as a joke or whether I believed it. Do you think they would? I mean, Eunice and Franklin.
I think
Dudley sounds like it'd be in keeping with the characters.
Dudley.
Steam Dudley's
I only think of Dudley being up West Midlands.
Storm Dudley stole my trampoline. So no one has hit the bridge, but we saw a car flip on its roof the other day on the motorway.
Wow.
I'm assuming that because of the rain, the driving. Sorry, I wasn't keeping an eye on the clock. This is from Ray Turner. Hi, Christine, Psychic Lucy, and Noel. I cannot tell you how pleased I am to see you here this week, as there is something in the village update, Ray, that's going to make you very happy. And that's all I'm going to say, because that's spoilers. And you know I like to stick to a strict running order with this show, and I shall not be taken off course.
As I was interrupting,
I was once in a plane that got hit by lightning, says Lizzie, and it was a bit wobbly.
Bit wobbly.
Wow. I mean, the thing is with lightning is you need a ground. A grounder is grounding. Grounded. What is it? Is it a ground?
All you need is a bit of metal.
Oh,
conductor.
And sorry, Lizzie. Yes, trigger warning. So yes, there's trains everywhere. Plane, trees. So, look, you've done it already, guys. There were trees everywhere. And
amongst those trees, poorly little crocodigators.
Oh, do you know what? I was thinking, if you ruin some part of my show, if you ruin a part of the show, I swear. Do you know what? I do plan my show, but I don't know what comes from here. To be honest,
unplanned.
Neither does my mum. So
spontaneity.
So because of the trees coming down, there has been, diversions and road closures. Coming soon, everywhere. And what got me is the last 2 days and tomorrow is going to be closed due to trees, but not trees that have come down, trees they've decided to cut down. So of all the trouble we've had of trees, there is one strip of road that has been closed due to tree cutting. And I've seen it, the bit that they're basically doing the length of a house. And they're on day 2 of 3 at the moment. And I'm getting quite irked. As it's not easy to whip around the closure.
Yes, but you try cutting a tree down with the scissors.
No, well, the thing is, this is where I rang my friend and I went, it's disgusting. They've closed that bit of the road and they have not put down a suitable diversion for all of the trucks and cars that they've diverged off that road. And I heard myself and I was happy. I'll stand by it. You have to. It's the law. Ray, I'm not putting that post up on the screen. No spoilers. Were they plane trees? Oh, they did. They got a big plane. Jason, that's the fun of the show. Oh, Jason's piped up as soon as I started getting my words in a Merdle.
Oh, you have to explain that.
Oh, Merd in a Wordle. When you get your words in a... Oh.
No, I'm just saying he's American.
Oh. Well, if you get your words in a Merdle, you get your merds in a Wordle, which is the original use of the word Wordle, and I will not have any other use in front of me. Ray says, hey, Jason. Lord says, Kel cuts all the edges of the lawns with scissors. Ooh. She's got some good going on there.
Bet she is. Or a strimmer.
Now, Lars, tell me if I'm right. Is this the correct use? She should get a whippersnipper. because you know I listen to my Australian radio. Have I just used slang? Have I just used get a whippersnapper?
Is that a strimmer?
I think so. Let me know if I was correct and whether or not listening to what can only be described as 300,000 hours of Australian radio means I picked up one term. Right, so yes, with the congestion on the roads, I had to go through another road. Now I want to show you the Loz says spot on.
Wow.
Yes! For the whippersnapper for the win. Cheers, Loz.
So if I go into home base and I ask them, what whippersnippers do you have? Do you think they'll look at me as if I'm mad?
But think about it. It whips and
it
snips. I love that. The Antipodeans have such a command on our language. So I'd like to show you some of the horrendous congestion that I was witness to today. And it did take up a lot of my time. So if you can see there, I had to wait for what can only be described as a parade of sheep going from one end of the road to the other. I didn't mind. There was one sheep in the front proudly leading them on. And I said, he's a good leader. She went, yeah, he's not in our sheep. He came in from another field. So he's infiltrated the field and then just taken command of all that he sees. What you might be able to see very closely in the background, which I suppose I didn't want to play the video because my language is a bit colourful in it to the farmer. If you could believe this, because there was a recycling refuse lorry just behind them. So they've got the sheep, then you've got one of the farmers on the quad bike, and then a lorry basically about that far from the back of the quad bike, not giving up and basically not ensuring that there was a safe amount of space between him and the people in front of him, just in case. And the sheep, because I mean, hey, sometimes we know bin men don't like to stop their trucks. Sorry, that was a bit rude. Bit rude. That's trucker humour. Glasgow. Let's get back. So we've got Ray says hi, Lauren. Jason, yeah, there's so many sheep and lambs out at the moment, and there's one field where they are, with the little black faces, so they've just got big ears and a little black face, and they're just all legs. Amazing.
And we did pass a field the other day that they are all black.
Yes,
lambs.
all black lambs. Just a whole thing.
So
basically, cute shadows jumping around the field. That's a major cause of road rage in Wales. And you know what? I nearly bit then, but actually, Ray lives in Wales. He can say that. I was like, oh yeah. You start. Oh no, you're making social commentary. That's fine. I thought you were attacking me for a second. So I was meant to drive to see my brother on Friday, but I couldn't due to the fact that the bridge was shut.
Could have swum.
And I thought, well, I could do the extra 2-hour diversion, but then again, if they're saying the roads aren't safe, why double my journey? And also, if I got stranded in Wales and my boss said, why can't you come in? I mean, bear in mind, we had an early finish on Friday due to weather conditions. Yeah, like I said, I couldn't drive my truck. I then drove across to a different country in the car and been stranded. All right.
There was a break in the storm and I headed for it.
Lizzie says, the trees came down and 2 squirrels came to live in my shed. Oh. We won't go into the commentary about grey versus red. That's 2 Games of Thrones. That's nuts. Sorry. That's a wonderful tale.
Oh dear.
Come on, the puns are strong with me tonight, guys. Come on, bring your animal puns tonight. Also, I have a new boyfriend. So, you know, the one that messaged me saying, hey, baby, that he wanted my phone number and my address in order to call me.
Yeah.
So this one today, now, I don't know whether it's a bit forward. I mean, I don't know if it's a bit forward me calling him my boyfriend, but I felt like there was love there. He said, can you tell me a little bit more about yourself? And I'm wondering whether he wants my mother's maiden name or my first pet. He hasn't closed down the questions yet. I mean, I'm sure on the second date, he'll probably ask me for my sort code. Ray has put squirrels equal cute rats. Jason's laughing as well. And Laura, ooh, yes. So I can't pronounce the gentleman's name, so I don't want to offend my new love. Let's just say it wasn't from Devon.
An outsider.
Yeah, but I do have a lot of love in Africa. I don't know how they found me.
Is he a prince?
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe at some point he'll introduce me to the family.
Here's the king.
Here's the king. He's just having a little bit of finance trouble at the moment, so he couldn't use your bank account, could he? But yes, I thought that was really nice. Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself? Height, date of birth, blood type. You know, what does he need to know? I mean, other than that,
DNA.
I'm a Tory that loves cats. You've only got to watch this to know that. And that ends the Lucy update. I thought I'd end it on love, because what I wanted to also add is, do you notice how he got in touch with me on the 22nd of February, therefore missing Valentine's Day? So he's trying to contact me, but without spending on me. That's what hurt. Oh, sorry. Sort code. So account number.
Sort code.
Bank. Yeah. So you have an account number for you, and then there's a number for the bank. I'm sure you have something similar. Jason's gone, lock that guy down before he locks me in the back of his car. So let's move on to what you nosy buggers are all here for. There is a village update, could be my own writing. Sorry, the love blinded me. Right, now.
You got all excited.
I got all excited because I remembered something that's happened recently. And this is the clue.
Right.
What do you think it is?
Calling a cat.
So, very close to my yard at work, there has been sightings of a lion.
Wow.
Only the one sighting. And they've gone out to look for it. And they
is it one lion?
Just one lion. I mean, maybe he was stupid at the time and they couldn't find him. But that's not as good as the massive, I think it was a panther they found near where I did my first gig.
Yeah.
But no, near the yard is a big lion. And I am going to be keeping my eyes peeled.
Do you think that's a main
Well, no, we've been through this, okay? You people, okay? Oh, sorry. Interrupt for the advert break, sponsored by Marks & Spencer's low alcohol 0.05 cider. Feel free to sponsor us. There we go. A fake cider that actually tastes like cider.
Wow. I had bad news this week.
Oh, you do want to put this in the Lucy update on the way to the village? That's all right. Right, carry on. You do choose your interruptions, don't you, Chris?
One of my favourite wines in Marks and Spencer's.
It's
still going.
Not our favourite wine.
No, not the favourite, but one of mine.
Paper bag.
Right. That nasty Angelina Jolie has sold her bit of the wine vineyard to a Russian oligarch.
So no more Brad Pitt wine?
Brad has put his life and soul into that wine.
I bet he toiled. I can just see him with his socks off,
crushing all the little grapes,
crushing away.
And she sold out her bit, and she was supposed to have told him, but didn't.
It's as if the divorce has turned nasty.
Oh,
well, no wonder that wasn't that. No wonder we've kept that for the village update.
Well, it would have been a
the
village,
actually affect us.
Not really in our village.
Ray has put, if he tells you to get in the van, you would, and drive it off. Yep. Ray has said, this is the main thing. And Noel saying, who's lying? Oh, come on, animal puns. Come on, bring them in. Oh, hello from James. Evening, girls. Hello, my little tadpole. Glad to see you are both safe.
We are.
We've got, she's a dirty little stop out. So, right. I just realised that could be me, the lion, or Angelina Jolie. Yes. So the thing is with big cat sightings, I think that there are big cats in the UK. Now, hear me out. Because of you people, right, your generation, with your little habit of buying big cats from the top floor in Harrods.
Yeah, I was great in the top floor in Harrods.
Yeah. So what rich people would do is they go, oh, I'll buy that big cat. And then they
No.
find out,
I'll buy that little
cat.
kitten.
No. Again, I don't think it was like the teacup pigs. I don't think that was the problem where they bought a little piglet and it turned into a big one. I think they always knew it was going to turn into a huge,
If it
massive.
says cheetah kitten.
Yeah, no, but a cheetah is higher spots, higher tiddles. It's always going to be this high. Even if it is this big, it's always destined to be this cat. Then they realised that it had like teeth, claws, an appetite, and then it did massive doo-doos. And I mean, curtains. Can you imagine if you've got problems with a Siamese having curtains? What it'd be like having...
You don't have to have a Siamese to have trouble with your curtains. You just need a rag doll.
In fairness, Kitty isn't all-encompassing. But yes, it's an issue. So what they did is, instead of ringing up a nice animal sanctuary or anything and going, could you please take my cat? I'm a massive bellend. Through shame, they just turfed the animals out. And some people did turf more than one animal at a time, so therefore they would be breeding. And I do believe that there are big cats in the UK.
I do too.
So there. Okay. So I think there is a big lion by the yard. And I'm going to fucking look for it.
Are you taking a whole bag of Whiskas biscuits, making a trail?
They already think I'm mentally unstable as I put me little waistcoat on and me little pom-pom hat, put me little rucksack on, dragging a fucking ton bag of kibble. I'm just popping out the fails, boss.
Going to feed Kitty.
So, I mean, yes, or in Nymeria, exactly. If you could have wolves. My brother's
They're
got
thinking of releasing wolves, but they think it might be a bit too dangerous, so they're thinking of
what, for the humans or for the animals?
For biodiversifying.
Now that's an interesting, because there is in Yellowstone Park, they have released wolves. So what's happened is, so like all the little people that could feed clearly at the riverbank, they've changed, and they would kill the medium-sized predators, and the rivers changed the shape, the animal things.
Beavers.
Honestly, isn't it like watching Attenborough? The wolves changed, and the things have changed.
They think that putting wolves would be too great, so they're thinking of just putting domesticated wolves out on the weekends.
I'm a weekend wolf,
so that they can just maybe have the weaker foxes and stuff. And the one person who was writing it said something like, fox hunting.
Right. Fox hunting.
Weekend wolves.
So hang on. So what? You meet like a fox or a badger, and first of all you've got to put it through a battle training system, and according to its battle rank, depends when it's released into the week whether or not it gets a weekday husky or a weekend wolf. Oh wow, this is amazing.
I know, it's crazy.
Lizzie has put there are wallabies in Derbyshire. I believe it. Absolutely believe it.
Too.
And as Lizzie's put, I was invited to a beaver release party.
Okay.
Just gonna
next.
Vicious. You should have seen teeth on that. So yes, if any of you do see me out of the truck near my yard, then I will be looking for the lion. So yes,
you'll be wearing your ears so it's not frightened.
Obviously, so it teases me and sees one of his own. Obviously, they are pink sequined, but maybe I'll take some of the other colours to be more muted. I don't know if it's a disco lion or maybe more like a relaxed lion, smart cash lion, chilled out lion. Yes,
a weekend lion.
A weekend lion.
Part domesticated. Just don't act
very flexible, but can't do Tuesdays. Also, we've got.
I know Tuesdays it's busy. It's watching
the show. Also, crocodiles in the Suez. Oh, Monsieur, there are crocodiles. Lars has put absolutely big cats have infiltrated everywhere. Yeah. We have them here and get sightings all the time. Why do I feel it's more likely where you are, Lars?
But where Lars lives, they got.
I just think in Australia,
horrible animals.
No, I mean yes, I mean some of the spiders are racist, but Sorry.
What, against all humans? If you're not a spider.
Fascist turtles, all the sorts. But yeah, I just imagine that it's going to be easier for a big cat to live, say,
In the
in
woods.
New South Wales than, say, North Devon.
Hold on, sheep, they're a meal.
Exactly.
And they don't run as fast as
Well,
a
they've
gazelle.
got sheep in New South in Australia because that's
They've
what
got
because what they sell in fucking Waitrose because they're not patriotic.
No, they don't sell Australian lamb. They sell
New Zealand. Sorry, do you know I got my antipodeans mixed up. Let's have a look. They might as well let furries go there at the weekend. Guys, strap in. Mum, do you know what a furry is?
No.
Okay.
Kitten.
Anyone here
Is
to
it a
help
kitten?
me? Oh, hello from Steve Jeffries. Morning. Team Eat Wheeler. Right.
I've seen his truck.
Yeah. So a furry. Like, feel free to get involved on the chat if you want to help me describe.
Is it rude or is it an animal?
It's both. It's where people dress up as animals for Rudy Town.
Oh God!
But the money they spend on the costumes, and you wouldn't think they would be dry cleanable, but they'd have to be due to the.
Is that where dogging came from? Were they all dressed as dogs?
Well, furries that are dressed as dogs would be called furries. Dogging, as not we know, but as a British pastime, we've heard of it more. Cats are not allowed in Australia.
Cats?
Lizzie's mixing that up. I know that's not true because I know a radio star that used to have a cat. There you go, fact. I'm so close to believing stuff nowadays. Have you taken something today, Chris? That's from Loz. She's been talking about the alcohol-free cider.
I've been on the cider.
Oh God, they are on about releasing wolves in Scotland. Max, you joined in just as I explained that to my mother, Max Burton.
Hi Max, did you have a nice holiday?
Lizzie's put, I'm a furry, but not for Rudy time, for fighting. Furries are people
Puts
that.
on a
There we go.
wolf cape.
There we go. Ray's put it. Furries are people that dress up as animals, but only some are sexual. A lot more are cosplayers. Now, I didn't know that.
What's a cosplayer?
Oh, Christ.
If you're going to say these words.
Costume player.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, that's self-explanatory, isn't it? Let's have a go. Haha, I did not expect your mum to say dog in, Jason. Jason, you've seen my comedy stand-up. Really? That shocked you? In fact, I think my dogging routine was the first thing you probably knew of my stand-up. Furries equal weekend wolves. Call back, Jason. Well done. And now, what did I say to you before the show started? We will be making it through an hour.
No.
Right. Okay. So let me see. That's point one on the village update.
And it's only half.
That's that fast. But all of them are a bit fucked up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's amazing. Right, so we've had some near misses because of the wind. Okay, so we've got a pub was nearly hit by a tree.
Oh, I bet the locals were glad it wasn't.
Oh, the local paper was all over that to take a picture of this tree that hadn't damaged this pub. Then we had a man was almost hit by a train whilst taking selfies.
Well, he should get off the line.
So what have we learned here? Don't plant trees near buildings, or you can actually, because it turns out that it is safe. And actually, you can take a selfie next to a train because you don't die. There we go. There's our lessons for today. Now, this did entertain me. A lady from our big town, the one with the cathedral. She has been irked, irritated, and made irate by the
Was she wild?
she was livid by the lack of consistency in her public service, her transport service. Her buses, they are quite frankly all over the place, literally.
Yeah, they do.
It's
They drive everywhere.
but they weren't following a timetable, and they weren't reliable. So she's got together and she's made a group of people that are insisting upon better transport and more regular timetable and timekeeping. And she lives right in the centre of this place. And what I'd like her to say, and this will make her appreciate her public transport, drive out for half an hour and come see where we live. As some of my viewers will say, buses? You got buses?
I know.
Where you got your buses to?
Most of our services stop at 6 o'clock. So if you want to go anywhere, you can't come back.
If I wanted to go drinking in the Big Smoke, I've got to basically catch the 7:30 back PM. So I'm like, hey everyone, let's meet at 2. And they're like, oh, you want to get on it early? And it's like, no, it's just I want to be out for more than an hour. So I'm like, Mum, why do you think of what do you think of brownies? Brownies? Brownies, friend or foe? Do you mean the little girls? Brownies, bronies, brownies? I can't work. Oh, hang on. What do you think of bronies? Brownies. I'm trying to do it phonetically, Jason. Have another run at that. Spot of good news after 6 years.
I don't know.
After 6 years of court action, the American women's footballers have won their case for equal pay. Really?
Oh.
Well, that won't wash around here.
No.
We don't have enough criminals in the Women's Footballers Association to have equal pay.
No, they're too nice.
Too nice. Then
I don't know, Noel. I don't know what it means.
Now, not Noel, Jason.
Oh,
that was
brownies.
From Jason.
All right, Jason. I don't know what they are.
Then we've got
expand.
Now, you know how I always come up with things for us to do.
Yeah,
and then we do them. So this, unfortunately, I found the most perfect thing, but we can't do it. 12 lucky people are going to be able to stay at Buckfast Abbey and live the exact life of a monk in the monastery. But you have to be a man. And that's the only reason why we wouldn't be going.
I can think of many more reasons. Reason 756.
So if you know anyone you'd like to volunteer for this service.
Buckfast wine.
The habits look itchy.
Oh.
I mean, they
wouldn't have comfortable beds.
What do you call it? A cell, isn't it? A cell. Oh, nothing's good from a room where you call it a cell. That's basically jails and monasteries.
Oh, no silly sandals.
No charging points next to your bed.
And the haircut is terrible.
Yeah.
No.
It's free.
Exactly.
Now, I liked this. I saw this on one of the local forums, and a gentleman, I've named it Kickabout Club, and it's where some guy's gone who wants to meet up on I don't know, say on a Thursday evening at the local little AstroTurf, and we meet and we just have a game of football. You know, not a five-a-side, not a league, just Kickabout. You know, and what I loved is the 7 replies from wives saying that their man would do it, or tagging their man, or what they've seen it is a babysitting club. 2 of them were like, oh, my husband's not got Facebook, he's coming. One woman tagged her friend's husband, and her friend had tagged her friend's husband. We're like, oh, this would be good for your Steve. Oh, this would be good for your Tony. They should both go. They're drinking that night. But yes, we have had a terrible amount of. Oh, hang on. Bronies are older men who love My Little Pony. What? Oh, well, I've learned something new there, Jason. Really? Older men who love My Little Pony. Oh.
I'm not saying nothing.
No, don't worry, Jason. We're going to take my mum's writing commentary back off of there and go, ooh. Usually comes up in conversation and I'm joking about furries. Well, I know what I'm Googling tonight, but on her phone. Let's fuck up that algorithm. So yes, we have had a lot of trees come down and a lot of power outages. and there's been a lovely amount of community spirit. But don't forget, people, do not forget, all right, when it comes to living around here, we may have community spirit, we may have little villages and towns coming together in these disasters. We're riddled with crime, don't move here. We've got very low infrastructure, pretty much no amenities. I mean, it only got to rain, trains cancelled. Leave our house prices alone. That's my message.
All the shops have got no food.
No food, nothing. Got to suck on a can of tin and sweet corn. That's what you got to do. Now, Ray, just before I wrap up, 1 second. Good call, Chris. This one's for Ray. We have got a new case of a curious chicken.
Wow.
Yeah. No pictures yet, okay, because it's just a sighting, but there were a lot of comments. And my concern is that it's very, very close to a very main dual carriageway.
Oh, no.
And apparently, it's a cockerel, I believe. Well, that's what the first person put. First of all, there was, you sure it wasn't a pheasant? You sure it wasn't a pheasant? You sure it wasn't a pheasant? And she was like, no. One person then put a picture of a duck up. And I went, did it look like this? And she went, no. And she posted a picture of a chicken saying, it's not this one, but it looks like this. So at the moment, first of all, we're just getting a lot of witness statements and working out if it is a chicken. It does sound like a chicken, and it is still alive. And apparently it does frequent this patch of very, very busy traffic. So at the moment, the chicken knows not to cross the road.
But for how long?
So let's hope that this is another feel-good story. We've got one from Ray. Speaking of hobbies, I play with toy soldiers. If anyone has a problem with that, they can take it up with Henry Cavill, who does too. Hey,
toy soldiers are
no
fine.
judgment here, baby.
Are they the little ones? Do you paint them yourself?
Warhammer, cast die cast. Hey, I got the words. I got all the right words,
but not
necessarily in the right order. So that's it. So then we're moving on to the birthday section. Now, it's February, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's number 2. So what's 7 from 12?
5.
So not a lot of parents had sex in May. We have Lizzie gets another birthday shout out due to guilt.
I'm being lied to.
we definitely get another one. Oh, hang on, Ray's gone. I hope that the chicken isn't a victim of foul play.
Oh.
Most of them are plastic these days, and yes, I paid them too. Oh, okay. I didn't think you'd get them in plastic. Wouldn't the paint not stick? Have you got to brush them off? This is a conversation for another time.
Special paint.
So yes, Katie Zane, it is their birthday. Now, Katie Zane and I met through the Drop Comedy Club, and they are one of the most lovely people I have had the fortune to perform with pretty much every week for nearly a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a cat who is a Norwegian, just like our Coco. And we used to put her camera next to Coco, next to Charlie, and my camera next to Coco, and we'd put them next to each other. And then they'd get to look at each other. So yes, happy birthday, Katie. You are bloody marvellous. Then I mentioned Lizzie due to guilt. Max Tidley, also a performer from the Drop Comedy Club. And although it's not a birthday, but it is a birthday. In fact, it's the most birthday of birthdays. Welcoming into the world Joshua Nicholas James, who is Nick Jones's kid from the buses, who I met on Beyonce, who's a bus driver. But yeah, I was looking, there wasn't many birthdays. And all of a sudden I saw that, Joshua's arrived. And although, is it their birthday? Well, it is their birthday. It's
their day of birth.
Do you know what I mean? You're not going to get more birthday than your
He's 0
day, but it's ground zero, isn't it?
Yeah. No candles on the cake.
No, it's too dangerous for newborns.
And getting it to blow.
Do you know what? Actually, you could leave a newborn around a candle.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing they can't do. They're the least mobile of children. There you go. There's my recommending. Parenting. Start with the least mobile ones. TV and radio. So, Archers. Oh, God, Chris is annoying me.
We won't go into that.
I was nice between Kirsty and Natasha. That was nice, but then everyone else annoys me. Oh, and Rex has got the right to kick off if he wants.
Yep.
Then we move on to what do I listen to at night? What death gets me to sleep? And it's Father Brown, and this episode is The Hammer of God.
Gosh.
Yes.
Well, that makes sense, because obviously if God was a builder, Jesus was a carpenter. They're just building a firm.
Well, is dad, stepdad?
Joseph.
What are we calling Joseph?
A plumber.
No, he was a chippy, wasn't he?
I know. We've got the
Joseph was a chippy.
I thought Jesus was a chippy.
Well, he followed in his father's footsteps.
All right.
Right, get in touch on the chat if you can tell us.
We're so up on this.
Right. Hey Siri, what did Joseph of Arimathea? I can't. Joseph of Arimathea? Nazareth.
Arimathea.
We'll look it up. Hey, stay tuned for next week on more Jesus update.
Don't. Facebook will kick us off.
Oh, I don't know. Is that inciting religious
know.
hatred? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just off the naughty
keep off
step.
that.
Moving on. Okay, and then listening to Jason PJ. So as you know, I'm playing catch up. We've moved on to January 2020, and whereas before, going up to New Year's, I was enjoying like this twisted. Everyone was looking forward to the next year, and I was going, no, it's not. No, it's not. You could see. I found twisted pleasure in knowing that all their bubbles would be popped. Now it's made me really philosophical. Where was I at the beginning of 2020? I knew exactly what I was going to do. I was going to start a new job. Not start a new job. I was going to go back to my music job. And then I'd taken 3 months off, which ensured that I couldn't get furlough. I took some time for me. I said, you do you, boo. If you can't love yourself. And I completely scuppered myself financially. But it's really made me take stock and be quite philosophical, and also be very thankful for what I have. There are some lovely stories of people who've lost everything in the bushfires, who, even though they've lost everything, they've not stopped to mourn anything. They've just gone on with helping the community. And so it's been really interesting. And I'm also really interested because I'm really soon they're going to have to say, oh, by the way, we've got to come off air because there's a pando. I maybe missed that.
Why would they have to come off air?
Well, I know. Well, they a lot of TV programs and stuff, like with Big Brother and stuff. There was like somebody came and knocked on the door and said, "Right, everyone's got to go home." It's a national.
Yes, that's because everybody's together. But in a radio station, you can have different booths.
Well, I know that, but in a radio production room, you've got people sitting next to each other typing on the computer.
And just in a separate bit.
I think they did bubble. And yes, so TV wise, I've watched a bit of Charmed, and I'm getting quite anxious because I know it's coming up to season 3, the end of, which is where Prue dies. Spoiler alert. But there's still another 6-7 series. We have finished Closer, and I think we remembered. No, what does this say? 0.5. We remembered 0.5 of the storyline of Closer, considering we watched it so devoutly.
As much as that.
Yeah.
0.05.
And what we've done is we've penciled into the diary, and in 2025, we'll watch it again for the first time. Our third viewing.
Again.
Third viewing of the first time we've ever seen it. We've now moved on to Major Crimes, which no, good point. Thank you very much. Joseph was a carpenter. Jesus was for a while and then got religion, and ironically ended his day being nailed to a wooden cross. You gotta love the humour. And that was his comment, so that won't get us banned, will it? No.
He'll get him.
That's all right. Fell for it there, right? Watched The Kingsman. Yes, I watched The Kingsman. And I have to say, it didn't confuse me, but I probably need to watch it again. Not that it's like that difficult a thing to understand, but it's an origin story. So I kind of expected it to do that, and it didn't until the very end. So because I kept thinking it was going to do that the entire film, I didn't pay as much attention because I was like, oh, it's gonna It didn't. So maybe now I know it's not gonna.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time I'll actually watch it. Plus Winter Soldier and Falcon. I watched one episode of Winter Soldier and Falcon. Very, very good. Reminded me. Thank you. No, I love the fact you communicate. I liked it because I couldn't work out. Remember, I kept saying to you guys, you people, what is what is the Schneider version of Justice League or something? Not Justice League. Avengers, where I thought it was the Hawk that got replaced by somebody that looks like a plasticine clown, and it isn't. It's Captain America gets given a character that looks like he got caking a gum cow. It's quite strange because he stands there and he looks, handsome, and then he puts the Captain America mask on and he gets going. Stay tuned for another edition. Feel free to sponsor me, Marvel. This is where you get the truth. So yes, Major Crimes. We're very excited to watch it. And then at the minute we started seeing Rusty appearing at the end of Close, I remembered we've got all the annoying years of Rusty to go through. He does stop being a dick. But, it's going to take, 3 series?
Probably.
At least a shooting. He's got to be taken hostage at least another 2 times for him to stop being a dick.
I think he is.
Yeah? Something to do with a sofa.
Covered in plastic.
That's it.
That's the only thing we've remembered.
See, there we go. There's the 0.5 we remembered.
Don't know when it comes.
But this is such a good series. Major Crimes. I bet you're talking Major Crimes. But that is it. And that is a shorter version of the show this week. So plug section. We've got nothing to plug. So thank you very much. So, and as usual, I want to say a big thank you to Lizzie, Leona, and Amanda, to all of the poddies who helped me get through my week and are the only people I communicate with in the morning. You will find out sort of who the pseudo Captain America is. Is he the man from Up?
Oh, that's awful because he dies.
No, his wife does.
Well, she dies in the beginning, doesn't he?
Doesn't he? Oh, this is off. Don't you derail my show in the last second. Spoilers. Does he die? He does die. Doesn't he die?
Well, he's old, isn't he? Doesn't he want to go and be
How
with his
philosophical
wife?
to end. And we all die. So tune in next week for the Lucy Show. If you're like,
hold on, we haven't thanked half the people.
God willing. So Elizabeth and Mervyn, to Chris, Peter, Ray, and Mary. I said Leona. Congratulations to Bubbles as well. Yes, and just thank you to everyone, and of course to everybody that obviously gets me through my day. So to Steve, to Tonks, to even Dave. Even Dave, if you're watching this, you'll be all right. Everyone, thank you so much. It's been another week. Oh, and a big hi to Rachel. We had a lovely catch up today.
And a big thank you to all of you.
Thank you for reminding me.
Because without you, we wouldn't be here.
Nice closer. Girls, see ya. God willing, lads. God willing. Plug section. Oh, I'm performing on Zoom next Monday to end the Maggie Irving course you're on. You did a Maggie Irving course. Please give her my love and break a virtual leg.
Don't do that. She's broken enough.
Maggie Irving? No, Maggie Irving. Ray was on Maggie Irving.
Oh, Ray.
Ray.
I thought it was...
No, Lizzie.
Oh, no. I was just to say, oh, my God.
Right. Love you too, Noel. Everybody, thank you so much for all being just absolutely marvellous. And I will see you next Tuesday for the Lucy Show 3 of 4.
And I will see you next week.
Everyone.
Is that safer?
Right, the cat comes up.
Well, your resonance is not cocoa.
Bye, Ray.
Bye, Noel. Bye, Jason.
Bye, Jason. Bye, Lars.
Bye, everybody.
Whoop, whoop. Wassail.
Yeah, we're